Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and today we are, well, a puzzle that reminds me in setup of the way that Fafford's incredible Madrigal finished. That was about a week ago, maybe a little longer. Simon did this puzzle called, we trailed it under the most incredible Sudoku discovery ever, or something, or the most incredible Sudoku discovery in Sudoku history, or something like that, I don't know. But it was incredible, and it finished with either this pattern or a rotational variant of it of 9 3x3 boxes, and it was absolutely sublimely brilliant. So maybe Finnish guy has done much the same. I don't know what's going on. We will look at this in a moment. Don't forget that on the 1st of the month we'll be releasing Alice in Sudoku Land, a new hunt by some top quality authors that you will see, and you will enjoy the puzzles in it if you join us on Patreon and try it. That is guaranteed. What else is going on? Not sure, all sorts. There'll be a crossword video at some point. We've done streaming of Taiji lately. Loads going on basically. There's all our apps, our merchandise, and the Discord server. All the links under the video should take you to the relevant things, or the history of videos on the channel. Do have a look at Fafford's Madrigal if you haven't seen it already, because it's incredible. Although maybe after you've tried to solve this, just in case it informs any of the solve. I have no idea if it will. But this is brilliant looking. So the rules of this puzzle are, well, they're relatively simple actually. We have to populate the grid with the digits 1 to 9 so that no digit repeats in any row, column or cage. We're obviously not filling the grey cells, we're filling the white cells. Neighbouring identical digits may not be a knight's move in chess apart. That's very interesting. So if you had a 5 there, you can't have a 5 in any of those positions. That would be impossible. Right. Okay, this is slightly... Once you change the look of the grid and where the boxes are, this changes what I know about knight's moves, anti-knight Sudoku. Neighbouring digits along a green line. These are normal German whisper lines, must have a difference of 5 or more. So 1 9 would be a perfectly fair pair there. The difference is 8. 1 6 would be just as good. But the dreaded 3 7 combo cannot apply, because that would only have a difference of 4. Grey lines are palindromes. I think they're all 2-cell palindromes, which read the same forwards and backwards. So basically these are clone connectors. Digits joined by a black dot. We get a whole 2 black dots, have a ratio of 1 to 2. So that could be 3 and 6 or 4 and 8. Digits with a white dot have a ratio of 1 to 2, so that could be 1 and 2 or 7 and 8, say. And obviously not all dots are given necessarily. And that's it. So hopefully these German whisper lines will do a lot of work in this puzzle. Right, do give it a go on the first link under the video. I'm going to try it now. And do have a look at Fafford's afterwards, because... Fafford's Madrigal is an incredible puzzle. I think it's called the greatest discovery in Sudoku history. Anyway, let's get cracking. Let's see how it goes. Right, I'm going to run through the 3 things we know about German whisper lines. And I mean, these are a subset of things you can know about German whisper lines. 5 can never be on a German whisper line, because it would have to be next to a 0 or a 10 or something even further away from rationality. So 5 is never on a German whisper line. Lines must alternate between high and low digits, by which I mean digits higher than 5 and digits lower than 5, because that maintains the difference of 5 or more. And finally, 4 and 6 are difficult to place on lines, because 4 always has to be next to 9 and 6 always has to be next to 1. So they couldn't be in a position like this where they have neighbours that see each other. So those are 3 useful facts to know. Okay, all I'm going to do is Yeah, I'm going to go along this line, colouring it green and purple for high and low, although I don't know which of green and purple represents high and low, but I know they alternate, and I know that where we jump on one of these shifts, that's the same digit. So if that's high, and vice versa. So we toodle along the line like this. Green, purple. Now I haven't got that right. I'm an absolute monkey because green and green is not correct. Okay, let's see if I've got this right. Do shout if I've still got it wrong, because it's embarrassing, but it's more important to get it right than to look cool. Nobody's ever accused me of looking cool, so I don't have problems with that. Yeah, that's correct colouring. Now, if I colour this one, now the trouble is, I don't know what's purple and green on this. It looks exactly symmetrical. We have a massive amount of symmetry going on, not in the white and black dots, but everywhere else. Oh, okay, so, yeah, so we're looking at a colouring puzzle here, aren't we? Okay, I'm going to colour this one red and yellow. So let me try and get the alternating. The good thing is, this time I can check with the other version. So if I make those red, all of those yellow, that looks like it mirrors the purple and greenness. Yeah, I think I've got it right. Okay. Now, can I tell from that combo which of red and yellow is purple and which is green? I don't think I can. This central row, okay, in the central row I've suddenly discovered where 5 is, because there are 9 digits in that row, 8 of them are on green lines. So we get the 5 in the central row. But these others, look, in this middle row there's 2 and 2 combinations, and that's not telling me how to divide up green and purple. And there's nowhere, I think, where if I make red green or yellow green and vice versa, whether anywhere where I get 5 in a row or box, which is too many. There are obviously 4 high numbers, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4 low numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, I'm going to colour this one as well. Let's do blue and orange this time. This time I don't have a guide, so I think that's right. This long bit, blue alternates orange, blue, joins with blue to orange. I want to call these grey lines cogs for some reason. Something to do with the old puzzles where you turned a handle and you had to trace through cogs which way the machinery went. And every time there was a joining section to make 2 cogs go the same way, clockwise or anti-clockwise, they were sort of grey joiners. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've not got many colours left, so I'm going to make this black and grey. And I can check that pattern against this pattern, yes. Now, black and grey is a very bad colour, but... no, in fact, grey is a terrible colour in this puzzle because of, right, black and dark green. Because of the outsides all being grey already, so that would have been terrible. Anyway, I think I've seen something now. Yes, green can't be blue. If green was blue, that would be 4 of the same colour in this column of 9 digits. And that's fine, but look, 1 black and 1 dark green must be 1 of each, and so you'd be up to 5 of the same colour. So, blue is not green, blue is purple. That's really interesting. I thought the line's length would I've just done that the wrong way round, haven't I? Sorry. I said green, I said blue was purple, and then I coloured it green. There we go. Orange is green. Okay, so now I've got 3 greens, 2 purples, and I can have a green and a purple down here. Right. Yes, I'm very surprised that the kind of west line segment and the north line segment interacted. I thought it much more likely that the long lines in the west and the east would interact. They didn't. Now. Okay, red can't be black for an exactly similar reason. because that would be 4 of the same colour in the column, and there'd have to be another one there between purple and green. So this dark green is red, at least I can get rid of that colour, and this black, which I'm also glad to get rid of, becomes yellow. And now I just have to match up green purple with red yellow. How do I do that? See, in this column we've got... Oh, well, I can kind of finish off the column. I know where 5 goes in this column, don't I? Because there are nine white cells in the column, or 9 cells to complete in the column, and 5 can't be there, and all the others are on a green line apart from that one, so that's 5, and in this column I can put 5 in as well. Right, what I was then thinking is that I know this colour, because I don't know whether purple and green are red or yellow, but I know that's one of each. So then I've got 4 reds and 3 yellows in this row, and that one is yellow. And then in this box, I've got 2 yellow, 2 green, and 2 red. So I can't make this yellow, red, or green, because it would combine with something else. Oh no, wait, it could combine with purple and be 4. That's not true. Okay, in this column then, yes, I've got 3 green, and either yellow or red is green, so I've got 4 green. That's purple. I still don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm doing things and not understanding anything so far. Okay, I'm going to keep doing things. This white dot, I'm going to bring the crop key into play now. The white dot is telling me this is yellow. If it can't be 5, imagine that's a low digit. It could be 1, 2, 3, or 4. It cannot possibly connect with a consecutive dot to a high digit, 6, 7, 8, 9, because the gap is too big. And if it can't connect to 5, it must be, and it's therefore coloured, it must be yellow. Now, in this column, I've got 3 yellows, and now we're going to get the connection. That is a yellow and a red in the guise of green and purple. So that'll be the 4th yellow, and this must be red. And now in the column, I've got 2 reds. Yes, I've got 3 yellows in the column, and they can't go with purple because that would be 5. So purple is not yellow, or rather, yellow is not purple. Let's do it that way round. Yellow is green, and red is purple, and we have reduced ourselves to 2 colours of high and low. We still don't know which is which, but we are intent now on colouring the whole grid, I think, in these colours. So, where next? I could be wrong. Maybe we can't colour the whole grid. But I sure as heck want to try. Yes, look, 4 greens in this row. That's good. So the others... Oh, the others include a 5, but where they don't have a 5, they're purple. Oh, the knight's move. I'd forgotten the old knight's move. I'm very good at forgetting knight's moves, and I've done it again. Right. Where does 5 go in various cages? It can't go in those cells, if we remember the knight's move. It can't go in that one. Can't go in those 2. Now, if it's in one of those 3 in this cage, it can't be there, because they all see that cell. And those 2 both see that cell. Now, this 5 says not there. I'm probably going to get a very similar pattern over this side of the grid. Yes, those 3 see that cell, those 2 see that cell, and I can't... Yes, hang on, there's got to be... This is an X-wing of sorts. The 5 in this box is in one of these 2 columns, and the 5 in this box is one of the same 2 columns, so that can't be a 5, because the 2 5s for those 2 columns have been used up. Same sort of X-wing here, stops 5 being there. 5 cannot be on a black dot. Useful tip about crop key, because there is no number that is exactly half or double it. So we get a bunch of these 5s. We get all of them nearly. That can't be a 5 on the knight's move now. Yeah, we do get all of them. That's brilliant. Right. Oh, and we couldn't have put a 5 on that black dot either. Oh, and look, the 5s are in this Tigger bounce pattern that Simon found in Madrigal with the 2s, including in the central cell. So... The 5s are the kind of root digit here in a way. Now, what else can we do? Now, there's 4 purples in this row. Of course, it's the symmetric... Oh, didn't I find... Yes, I found the 4 greens in this row. And now I know where the 5 is. So those are purple. These are green, because we know where the... Yeah, we can't... there's no more 5s to go in. Every other cell that was white is going to end up green or purple. In this box, we've now got only 1 left. So we've got 4 greens, that's purple. In this row, we've got 3 purples and 3 greens. So that's 1 of each, which takes the count in this box up to 4 green and 3 purple. So that's purple. This box is finished. We need a green. This box, we've got 1 green and 1 purple to make up the count. If we go down the column, there's more purples than greens, so that goes green. Ah, can we use the white dot? Not yet, but nearly. This is a pair, 1 of each. And there's 3 greens, so green's all done. That's purple. Oh, don't say we can't finish this. This is weird. Why? I thought it was an absolute slam dunk that we were going to finish off the colouring. Oh, that's 1 purple and 1 green for the row. So that's green for the box as a result. I don't know. I'm not sure. I may be missing something. I often am. But I can't see how we finish off the rest. But now I want to do colouring. And I want to use the Knight's move. But I don't know how I can do colouring when I've coloured the grid. I don't want to just flash every cell. Let's use letters. That's the way. That's the way I like it. Look at this cell. That is a purple cell. Where does it appear in this box? And remember the Knight's move. Because it's purple, it's one of these 4. But because it's there, it can't be in those 2 places or there on the Knight's move. So if we call that A, that must be A. I think this is going to be a good way to approach this, actually. Although that depends on, yes, on finding the right relationships. Look, that A sees all of those cells. So that's A in that box. The only purple cell that can be A in this box over here, I want to call it box 7. I hope you can see the twisted shape of the grid that allows me to do that. Yes, and this must be A, because even if that was purple, it's a Knight's move away from there. So then A has to be down here, and it's there. Look, the A's are forming the same blinking pattern. That's so strange. I can't, well, I'm not going to do it assuming the pattern, because it might get broken somewhere cleverly by Finish Guide, but A is in one of those 2 cells in box 4, or what I'm calling box 4. Oh, and it can't be in those 2. I don't know. It could be there, or it could be there in box 3. I'm not risking just assuming it's always sitting below the 5. It might be, but it might not be. Now, actually, what if I just call the other cells in the central box B, C, and D? Let's see if that works. It might not. I'm going to try it. B, C, D. Yes, look, D can't be there or there, including the Knight's move. So D goes there. That's the only purple cell in box 7 that can be D now. D has to be in one of these 3. So one of those 2 is D. That can't be, I don't know, maybe this wasn't brilliant. Oh look, A, C, D in this column, so that's B. That now, I don't know, C or D. That's C or B. Maybe it's not helping that I haven't... Oh no, B or C go here. So D's up here somewhere. This is a BC pair here. Oh, this actually helps. So this becomes D in this column. Now, D is in one of those two cells in box 9. And it must be in one of those two cells in box 2. Oh, these can't be D. Right, where's D in this row? That's lovely. It can't be in those two cells because of that D, so it's here. Right, that's going to sort out my D and A over there. A in box 1 has to be there. A is always under the 5. Yes, it has to be here. That's not A. D seems to be always on the right of the 5. Again, I'm not going to just assume it. Don't worry, it's not. That is a CD pair. Ah, and these two have to be the same. And I've got B or C there and C or D there. Oh, so there's C. They're not always in the same position in the box. Oh, that's interesting. D there, D there, D there. The D's are always to the east of the 5. The A's are always to the south, but the C's vary. They always seem to be a bit to the north so far. That's a BC pair. Oh, this has become B. That's a C in the row. That's a B in the box. That's connected by a cog to there. Purple cells. That is B or C. I cannot see which. That's annoying. Oh, that B is looking across and sorting out these two. So now I can see which that is. That's a C. One of these two is a B. Ah, so that goes here and that gets me another purple cell. Interesting. That must be green. That's given me 4 greens in this row, so that's purple. The white dot says this must be purple as well for the reasons I elaborated earlier. If it can't join to a 5, it certainly can't join to a green. So that's D. And that's C, and this is neither and is green. This colour we must know, it's not A, B, C or D. I know they're not colours unless you count amber, beige, cream and dirty. That is purple. That is not, that's green. B can't be there, so that's green. B is, and C can't be there, so that's green. This is C. B is in one of those two cells, and weirdly I think I still don't know which. That is purple and D. That is green. And those two are indiscriminately coloured. This is so strange, this puzzle. It keeps coming up with results that I'm not expecting. Okay, I'm going to move on to greens now, though. I'm going to try and make greens E, F, G, and H. So, this is a good cell to start from. No, it's not. This one is. Let's call this E, because that can't be there, there, or there. So we get E in box 5. Let's call the others in this box F, G, and H, just to see if F can't be there, so F's in one of those two. Oh, this is a G because it's got E, F and H in its column. So, G can't be there, and according to that G, it can't be there. So G is in this pair with B. I don't know which one is which colour, but G is up there somewhere. Oh, this is strange. That can't be G. So G's in one of those two. Don't know about H. Maybe I shouldn't have started the lettering down here, but I did, so I'm kind of stuck with it now. E can't reach that, or it's not allowed in that cell, so E's in one of those two. This is F or H. E can't be in those two, so E's in one of those. And they both see that cell, which is therefore not E. We get E in box 2, which also sees that cell. which is therefore F or H. These are F and H. So E and G go in these, and G sees one of them. Good. E, G. That fixes G here. G can't be there. These pair are F and H in some order. I'm not sure. There might be something telling me which way round they are, but I can't see it at the moment. I was going to note that that pair both see, F and H both see that cell, and F and H see that cell. So that, in fact, this cell is seen by F, H, and G. Right, so that's an E. That's a G. This is another FH pair. In the row, that tells us where G is, out here. This is an interesting position, by the way, because it sees 3 of the other type of digit. I think that's the sort of things we're going to use at some point soon. G there. E has to be here. This is an FH pair. I wonder if I'm going to get left with all these FHs. G, oh no, I've done G here. E can't be in those two, so that's an E. This is an FH pair. It looks like I'm going to get left with FH pairs everywhere. This is F or H because it's the same as that for amongst various reasons. E here, I can't see. This is an FH pair. So this is E, and that's not E, that's E. This is part of FH. G down here, can't be there. It's in one of these two. It would actually help to know which, wouldn't it? H is in one of those. F can't be there. That's not F or H, so that's G, so we do know which. And yet again, we have an FH pair at the bottom. Now surely somewhere these FHs get disambiguated, or do they really not? I've only got those. I tell you what, let's take those out and find an FH that does disambiguate. I know what to do. We'll take those out and make them FH. So we have no knowledge of what F or H is. We just know where E and G are so far, apart from there. Don't worry about that. Now, on the cog, or on the joining palindrome, let's put that as F. And these two are H. That F sees this H. I think this might feed across the whole grid if we go row by row. That's on a palindrome cog thing. H there. That's F. That's A. Oh, I could have done that immediately. I got the palindrome bit. This is an H. That's an F. That's looking down to the bottom. H and F. Yes, this has been more successful. H there makes that F, and it makes that H. So this is the population of the grid. Now we want to turn these into numbers, and I don't know if this is going to be straightforward, and I don't know how we're going to do it, and I don't know how to disambiguate B and G yet. There's no question that you can have, on a black dot, you can have one high and one low. They could be 3, 6 and 4, 8. But you could also have 2 lows by having 1, 2 or 2, 4. So that doesn't resolve those. So G sees A, B and C. So G can't be one of these inner extreme digits, 4 or 6. It can't even be 3 or 7 and sit there and see 3 other digits. Oh, let's just highlight the G's. Well, oh no, forget G's. G can't be the 4 or 6. Let's highlight F's. F only connects to A. No, F connects to D over here and A. So F can't be 4 or 6 because it can connect to 2 different A, B, C, D digits. So that's G and F. Let's try E. E connects to both C and D up here. So that's not the inner digit. H is. H is either 4 or 6 and must only connect to one letter. D, D, D. Yes, it only connects to D. So H is 4 or 6. I don't know whether it's high or low, but it connects to D, which must therefore be the 1 or 9. 4 is only allowed to connect to 9. 1 is only allowed to connect to 6. This is one of those. So, sorry, 4 is only allowed to connect to 9. 6 is only now allowed to connect to 1, is what I meant there. Now, what about the other way round? D is obviously 1 or 9. Which one of A, B, or C is it's not A, because that connects to G and F. Which one is the 4 or 6 of the other sort? Is it B? B connects to G only. So it's probably B. What about C? C connects to G and to E, so it's not C. So B is the ABCD equivalent of 4 or 6. I hope you're following me. I think it makes sense. Now, what does that connect to? It connects to G, which is the 1 or 9 then. Oh, bother. I've accidentally uncolored it. It's green. There we go. 1 or 9 in that cell. So, we've got a lot of this grid populated now. That cell and that cell are known. Right, now I think the thing to do is going to be to stop 3 and 7 being together somehow. And what I mean by that is E and F. Let's say green is high. Oh, actually, let's have a look at the dots. Yes, the white dot. This white dot, which connects to 4 or 6, but is not 5, is 3 or 7. So E is 3 or 7. And therefore F is left to be 2 or 8, I believe. Good. Now, on the other white dot, yes, perfect. C must be 2 or 8 to connect to 1 or 9. That has to be right. So that is 2 or 8, and the remaining A must be 3 or 7. And I still haven't identified high or low here, have I? Which is weird, but never mind. I've got the whole grid populated apart from B and G, which are what? They're not a 3-7 pair. They're a 1-9 and a 4-6 in some order. Right, look at the black dot. 7 can't be on the black dot. Perfect. So now we know that green is low. Oh, I can't just highlight all of these now. That's a shame. Right, if I just highlight the greens, we know that green is low, so these green 3-7s are 3s. Must be right, mustn't it? Yeah, it must. That means that, well, let's do the black dot first. Oh, it doesn't actually help here. Yes, it does help here. Purple 4-6 is 6. So let's highlight all of those and then not the greens. Purple 4-6 is 6. Try and not make any mistakes here. Now, green 4-6. Oh, why doesn't it work? Okay, well, green 4-6 is 4. I want to just finish this off in seconds. It's not going to happen for me now. But there we go. Now, 4 is always connected to 9. Those are in the Tigger bounce pattern. 9 on the white dot connects to 8, which is purple 2-8. And this is going to work. This is absolutely fascinating. So the other purple digit is a 7. No, highlighting is not good. It does all the purples. That's a 7. They are also in a Tigger bounce pattern. This green one is low. It's a 2. And the other green one is low and is a 1, and then I'm just going to have that BG cell to finish off. These are not 4 and 9, these are 1 and 6. Obviously 6 is on the dot. Let's colour them since we now know the colours, and that completes the colouring for the Luxembourg jury. There we go. I think that is complete and correct. Now, I have a feeling this is going to claim I'm wrong because it won't understand the rules. Yeah, it doesn't like it because I haven't filled in cells, basically. But it didn't colour any cells, so I think I've done those right. That is a really interesting puzzle. Let's just check some of the lines. 3, 9, 1, 7, 2, 7, and a 1, 6 pair there. That seems fine. 2, 7, 1, 6, 1, 8, 7, 2, 7, 1. Yeah, okay, so I think this is all working. What a very clever puzzle. I don't think I've finished a puzzle very often and felt so out of touch with its thinking. Nothing I was doing there felt that it was giving me the result I was expecting. I thought we'd get the high-low very quickly, and in fact that was almost the last deduction we made. I thought we'd place all of one digit in the grid, and we didn't have any digits when we placed the letters, and it was interactive, and I couldn't fully colour because of that area. And in fact there were some other colouring things to be mopped up by the dots. It's really weird. Brilliant work, Finnish guy. I like being made to think outside the box, and I think by twisting the box into this twisted Sudoku form, you've really made us do that, and it recalled Fafford's Madrigal for me. So it's great stuff. Thanks very much. Thank you for watching as always on the channel. Hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.